Alright. So, you want to find out what all these advancements actually are. Like the presentation room, suits, Noxesiums. Okay, well, a lot of these do make a little bit of sense. But we're going to start with the top one in the list here. Presentation room, more like gym room. Give those cheeks a workout. You might be confused as to what that means. The only hint you really have is something with the presentation room, so let's go ahead and run our way over there. Right, obviously I'm starting this post game, but if you could do this whenever you wanted to, you can do this right after talking to Sasha and starting the quest. You would enter this room, you would push this button, you would begin the cutscene, and then you have to sit in every chair in this room. So you have like a solid 3 minutes to sit in all these chairs because he is going to go through the whole lecture. So you can just switch seat to seat easily here. You don't have to get out in and out individually. So we even have to sit in these two bonus ones. And then you see that I don't get the advancement or the achievement. And you're like, well, what am I missing? Well, as it turns out, you can actually sit on his lap. You have to click near his feet because the hitbox is slightly forwards. And then you will get the musical chairs achievement. Sit in every chair in the presentation room. This next one, suit doesn't look good on you. Try on some more. This advancement is wear every suit, including the bonus 3 unlockable suits, 2 of which are gotten through collecting the Noxesium crystals that you can find, and one of them is a secret Easter egg that I will lead you to right now. So from the room where you drop into Tunnel 1, you actually just follow this path around the left side. And you go in through here. And there's the tests drop zone. And then there's this door. And there is the secret third hidden one. I will show you how to open this door right now. So in order to open this door, you have to flick a lever down a hidden staircase. So you may remember this area here from when you walk past Sasha, and there's the stairs you always go up to begin the map. And it says to Lecture Hall Workshop B, and you can't go down this staircase. And there's no clear way in. But what if I told you we know exactly where this staircase leads? Let me cut to that real quick. So after you come down the staircase here, or the elevator here, sorry, you will go led to the room where you will grab your suit, and these will all be on the ground and have a nice animation. And there's this little area off to the side here with a door that's locked and has a lever on the other side. This is exactly where that staircase is meant to lead, through that door. That's not really a door. Now there are two pretty simple, one of which is to walk around the outside of this platform here and make this jump by spreading your elytra wings mid-jump, like so. And then you can either jump to this half slab or this ladder, depending on how good you are. The ladder is somewhat easier for people, I see, but I always go for the slab. And there's a hole in the glass here. And the other option you have to getting up here, if you are doing the route differently, is to remove one of these suits and wait for it to go back up. And you can be on it while this happens, and you can just make this ladder jump. And now you can walk peacefully over there. So just be careful you don't walk off the ladder too fast. You don't have to grab the pink suit, but any of these suits on this row will do. The pink suit is just the closest one. And then from here, you walk into this secret room. And if you're not using any sort of gamma, you will need to flick this switch in order to see all of these signs. And you flick this lever in the back, storage wing, mumbo jumbo words, and that will power on the door above us. So we can open this and send ourselves back up. And then once you return to this area after flicking that switch, you'll see this room is now lit up quite a bit more. It's not nearly as dark. The GDL is nice and red. And as you approach this door, it will open for you now that you've supplied it with power. And you can go in through this pipe using some sneaky elytra jumps, or you can just simply jump up here, fall behind this crate, take this parkour jump. This is a bit of a tricky jump, but it's easy if you use the elytra trick to become only half a block tall. And now you discover the secret keypad and entrance to this. And the combination is what I assume is the initial release date of the first version of this map back in 2016. I have no confirmation of this quite yet. Careful when you hit this 0, sometimes you'll hit the 8 on accident. It is 230416. It is the day, month, year. That gives you Detective Stan achievement, and you must put this suit on in order to get the Wear All Suits achievement. You must put on every color suit as well, actually. The next achievement we're going to go for is this, when invasive camera watches you, you watch back. So this one is quite simple. You can do this at any point that you can get here, so I usually do it when I'm waiting for this button's cooldown. So I will push this button and it will begin this animation of the bore hatch opening, and during that time period you can run up through here. You could probably do some parkour through that and go into this restroom in the back, and you'll notice something shifty. There's a camera back here, and in order to stare back at it, you hold crouch while you look directly at it, and after 5 seconds you will get the achievement, Cam Fan. Next we will go over the after completing a flight of Tunnel 3, fly around a lava column and live. I'm going to go ahead and cut to me finishing Tunnel 3, and at the end you will not go through the hole to the core. You will stop whenever your landing gear deploys. So once you arrive here, you can do this before speedrun mode is activated, so you don't have this timer at the bottom, but I have no way to disable this after I have started speedrun mode. So once you land here, you will try to get on the highest block you can in this area, which I believe is this block, is the one I usually use. And this lava stream right here is the one you will attempt to fly around and come back into the safe landing zone without dying. So you should be able to fly around, a little bit of height, successfully navigate that part, and get the chicken advancement achievement. The look at is the jump off the facility roof, fly through the test drop hole, and finish the frozen tunnel without touching the ground. This one is rather difficult and a little bit time consuming if you don't get at least a little bit lucky. So, after finishing the game, you will unlock this area of the map, which is a post-explosion version of the map, and now they have a tunnel, frozen tunnel variant of the first tunnel, and the test tunnel that I mentioned earlier is still here, test drop zone, but now it is broken through and connects to the main tunnel. And in order to get this achievement, you have to start from a spot on the roof of the facility, exactly like it says, fly through into there and begin that track, and then not die when you finish this run. So you can choose to fly in through this big gap or this smaller gap to get through that tiny bit of doorway. So the simplest way to get onto this roof is via this ladder right here, which is not present in the normal version of the map, only in the post-apocalyptic one. And onto this ladder right here, and you will approach this very precarious looking jumping spot. So you can either fly through this main gap I mentioned before, or that smaller hole there. I am going to attempt this a few times, and you will see the one that I successfully start the run on. I won't show you the whole thing, you'll just have to figure out the best route for that. And there it was. You saw it. I successfully managed to not touch the ground at all while jumping off the roof. And there we have it, the real Frozen Tunnel achievement. The next achievement I will show you is one of the trickier ones to figure out in the first place, but rather easy to pull off. It is the Sit in a Boat achievement. The hint is absolutely atrocious because that gives you almost no information to work with other than that there might be a boat somewhere that you can sit in. So in order to get this achievement, you must press 10 buttons that release smoke throughout the map. I will show them to you in the order that you will probably most likely see them throughout your run, but you can press them in any order. The first button is this one right here, right outside of this door from the presentation room. You push this button, smoke particles are released, thus confirming that that is one of the correct buttons. So once you've gotten down into this area, you will most likely be grabbing your flight suit for the first time, and there is a button on this wall right here. This is the second button. It releases the smoke particles in this area. The third one is inside of this room that I mentioned earlier. If you have already done the previous achievement, this door will have been opened by you. But if you have not done that yet, getting in there is exactly the same as I explained before. This is a possible jump, and so is this. Or you could use any of these after they are rising back up to get onto this platform and walk in. Then once you're in this area, most likely you would open this lever, so you don't have to do that anymore. Click this lever to turn on the lights in this area, and there is a button on this wall right here that will release smoke particles from the ceiling. The next button you will press, button 4, is located at Camp Alpha. So you could, when you're doing this play normally, push this button, open these boar doors, run, fly down there, and prepare to push the button. But I will just use the teleporter now that I have already gotten to the post game. So from Tunnel 2, this is Base Camp Alpha. You can only get this button after you have cycled the airlock, so do not worry about getting this beforehand. Once these doors open, you will be allowed access to this half of the map. You will jump up onto this platform, and down here on this wall with the sea lanterns, this button will release smoke particles once you push it. And now we can move on to button 5, which is in Base Camp Beta. Second one between tunnels 2 and 3. So I will use the teleporters, but you would normally just fly on down there to the next area. This one is also available after these doors open and the airlock is cycled, so you do not need to worry about getting it before anybody else teleports you. You will come around to this side of the staircase that leads to tunnel 3, and this button right here will trigger more smoke particle effects. The next buttons you will encounter take place after the credits scene. If you are taking the normal quickest gameplay route, you will not have gotten the other 3 in the overworld main dimension yet. You will instead want to grab these 2 while you are here, because this is where you will spawn post credits, so you will already be in this dimension and don't have to waste any time. Now, you will go through this pool into this building where there is a button. So jump in, enter swimming mode, swim out, up onto this block. There is the iron door here and this button, which is our next button that you will trigger, and one of 2 in the frozen lands. The next button you will have to push is on top of this building on the left. So we were jumping for a different advancement from this one, and we want to be on top of that one for this button. So you can climb up the same ladder we used previously, or there is a different way onto this roof, but the ladder will be the easiest one. I will show you the other way up onto this roof in a moment. So you will jump from anywhere in this area over to this roof using the elytra glider. You will push this button here. The other way onto the roof is simply through here, past Sasha's desk, up this staircase, through the presentation room, and onto this snow pile, on top of this roof here, and then you will head left, and you will be right where we were up the 2 ladders, and you can glide to the other roof from here the same way. The final 3 buttons are in the main non-frozen dimension, or timeline I suppose, and you could have gotten these in any order, and you can get them whenever you want, but if you are playing the game normally, these will be somewhat out of your way this early on. So what you're going to do is exit from the trophy room, or this elevator that you come up from, take this left, and go over this purple-blue terracotta extension towards this pond. And there will be some buttons on this side, and you want to push this one on the orange. That'll release some more smoke particles. The next one is on the roof of the main building, and there is no lower ladder like there is in the frozen area, so you will have to find some other way to get on top of this platform here. I choose to climb up this mountain and glide from here. It is quite easy. And then you can climb up this ladder. There may be another way onto this roof, I am not sure. From here you will push the button on this side of the air conditioner, and it will release some more particles. And that is button 9, there is only 1 to go. And it is at this rock on the side. So you will push this final button here, and you will hear a noise. And a chat message will appear saying there is couldn't have been Noxesium ding, and you will go down stands real bouncy castle, and the very bottom of it has a new surprise. There is a gap open here that is not normally open, and this leads to the Nox Crew's Cave of Emotions, and from here you will find the only boat in the game. And you can have a seat to get the achievement. The rest of these achievements that I have not gotten in this video yet are self-explanatory in my opinion. You will need to collect all 15 of the Noxesium and the 5 Dark Noxesium in the Frozen Tunnel in the post-game, and beat the par time of 35 seconds on Tunnel 1 and 2, 42 in Tunnel 3, and 45 in Frozen Tunnel. Beat par time on all tunnels speedrun mode. I still do not know exactly what the par time is, but I know that 3 minutes and 15 seconds is within the par time, and it is a decently easy time to get even if you die. You do not need to do all of these in one run in order to get the beat par time on all speedrun mode. You do need to fly all tunnels in a row without dying for this achievement though. So you can do the beat par time and fly all tunnels in a row without dying at the same time. In fact, you could do all 6 of these achievements at the very same time if you were a professional, I suppose, or a speedrunner. So this will just be a mega achievement guide, so I will collect all the Noxesium on camera for you and the Dark Noxesium, but I will skip over me setting the par times because frankly, it will take me quite a long time to set these times, and I will just show you when I actually get the achievements. So in order to get into all speedruns mode, you will push this button, and speedrun mode will be set to all tunnels. You can still get all of the individual tunnel par times with speedrun mode set to all tunnels, so you could get all of these all at once, but I'm just going to do this mostly so I don't forget. So we are going to walk through the first 5 here. We have 1-1 in moisture, and then sewage, mines, fungi growth, and water caves. This is on Tunnel 1, the first 5 sections. So you will start the flight here, and I will go somewhat slowly, but not too slowly. So after this vine is hanging down pretty harshly, you will go towards this waterfall and pick up that Noxesium crystal. The next one is the sewage one, and there is a pipe right here that I'm not going to make, where the second one is. That is 2. You can actually get the first 4 Noxesiums in this tunnel without dying. After you pass through the tunnels area, you will begin into the mining area, which I already forgot the name of this achievement, I'm sorry. You will follow the left path and go through this building, and you will find the third Noxesium. Once you pass the construction area, you will almost immediately begin slowing down and turning around, because this crystal is right beneath the very first mushroom you find. Going through the fungus area, you want to stay rather high up because you will need a bit of speed to catch the final crystal. It is following up this slope of stone here. There is the fifth and final crystal for Tunnel 1. Now we have collected all of the Tunnel 1 crystals. You will begin to collect the Tunnel 2 crystals. You can do these during your first run through. You do not have to wait until the post game to collect all of these. So starting off on Tunnel 2, you will jump down and you will follow this pathing. You will need to get underneath this little bit of space here, and there is your first crystal. You can come at that one from the back if you wish, but it is easiest to get quickly and staying alive if you come at it from the front like I did. The next crystal is down through these birds. This is why you will die when you get this one. Past that waterfall towards the start. This is where you came from. It is behind where you began, and there is the final Noxesium. I did actually manage to catch it there, even though it was very sloppy. The third crystal in Tunnel 2 is right past this mushroom. You will take a rather hard left into this slight offshoot and pick up the crystal. You can get this one without dying. Next there is a mammoth that was hinted at previously during the suit selection on the right, about halfway into the ice area, and you may be able to get this crystal without dying, but I am almost certainly not going to do it. The final Noxesium crystal in Tunnel 2 is in the Cave Trolls area, and you can get this one once you finish the map, the easiest, but you will come up through this area and go through this doorway that you can only enter from the reverse side and pick up the crystal like that. If you have already completed Tunnel 2 and have yet to begin Tunnel 3, you can still get that final crystal using this waterfall here. You swim up it to the very top of the roof that you can get to, and you can begin the swoop flight down into the doorway. And you should have enough speed to get this crystal. So, beginning with drill, you can actually see the first drill that you will be going through. This drill has a hole in the very top of it that you can fall through carefully and grab the crystal. Pretty easy. Alien invasions, you will need a bit of speed for. You will pass the first three seemingly rings, and you will launch yourself upwards, and you will see the crystal on the left upper area. Next we will head through the nether, and there will be a series of ghasts. The second one that is facing to the left, this one right here, with the glowstone in front of it, is looking at a castle with the crystal in it. The next crystal is in the underworld area. Behind this chain, you will snake your way through this wall, past the chain, and through this hole. And if you turn around, you will see the crystal. The final one in the hell layer is right behind this very first bridge at the bottom. I find it easiest to go through and double back for it, but you may be able to get it by coming through the front here and therefore living. As you can see, that finishes off the achievement for collecting all Noxesium. So we can now go get our next suit back at the trophy room.
Sufficient Noxesium crystals have been infused. The TFA Rainbow Unicorn version 1.0 is now online.
The next achievement is for collecting all the dark Noxesium crystals. The first ice tier one is in this very first segment that is reminiscent of the very long segment from Tunnel 1 with this black part hanging down. You will cut left very early and see it right there. The next crystal is inside of a pipe with slime hanging out of it on the right side, right here. Then you will need to thread your way through these wooden beams, and there is a small gap right here that you can fit through, and I like to hit myself there so that I lose enough speed to make getting that crystal very easy. The fungi fires crystal is on the third mushroom on the left side. It is underneath its cap, so it is right underneath this mushroom. The final piece of Noxesium is at the third lava fall, very high up, so that is 1, 2, and this is the third. And that finishes off his dark materials to collect all the dark Noxesium, so now we can go collect our prize. And once we put this on, we will have equipped all of the unlockable suits in this video, and I will just need to go and equip all of the colored suits that I have yet to equip. So I'm going to quickly just equip all of these suits to ensure that I have equipped every suit. This will be the final suit that should give me the achievement. And finally, to finish the game at 100%, you will need to beat the par time on all the tunnels and fly them all in a row without dying. So to keep this video quite a bit shorter, I will just cut to the very moment I beat these par times as I receive them while flying through the air at the end, because this might take me a moment. So, as you can see, I went through and I did the par times on tunnels 1, 2, and 3. I finished Frozen Tunnel, so I got the par time beaten, and I flew through all of them without dying, but did not fly through Frozen Tunnel within 45 seconds, so I did not get the final achievement, and I will have to do that one more time to successfully get this achievement, and shortly after that, I will get the message saying that I have done 100%. And there it is. I've gotten all achievements, so shortly I'll get the message. And that is how you get 100% completion on the new Terra Swoop remastered in 2020. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you can now successfully beat your version of the game using these tips and, well, this guide, really. It's just a guide. It's not tips, let's just be honest. This is how you do it. Go do it.